They didn't hide it back then, it was common knowledge. The Babylonians mapped the world as a flat disk floating on water, surrounded by a great ocean. The ancient Egyptians described the same thing, a flat plain with a dome above it. But then something changed. The elites realised that if people believed they were on a meaningless, spinning ball flying through infinite space, they would feel small, insignificant, and easy to control. So they flipped the narrative. Then came the so-called Enlightenment. Suddenly we're told we're on a spinning globe in an endless universe. Copernicus, Newton, NASA, all pushing the same story. But why would they need to change something so fundamental? Fast forward to the 1800s. Samuel Rowbotham does the Bedford Level experiment in England, a 6-mile stretch of straight water. According to globe theory, the water should curve down by 24 feet. He saw the entire stretch perfectly flat. He wrote Earth Not a Globe and started the modern movement because a flat enclosed Earth changes everything. If the Earth is flat, we're not insignificant specks in a vast cosmos. We're at the centre. There's a firmament above us. There's an ice wall surrounding us, what they call Antarctica, and that means we're contained. They couldn't let that stand, so they created NASA. They faked the space race. They faked the moon landings. Every single photo of the ball Earth you've ever seen comes from one source, NASA, and they've been caught using fisheye lenses, CGI, and editing their own images multiple times. Look at Antarctica. They tell you it's a continent at the bottom of a globe, but every flat Earth model says it's the ice wall that surrounds the entire plain, holding the oceans in. And what do? They signed the Antarctic Treaty in 1959, an international agreement that basically says no one can freely explore most of it. Why? What are they hiding behind that wall? In 1946, Admiral Richard Byrd led Operation High Jump, 4,700 men, 13 ships, dozens of aircraft, the largest Antarctic expedition in history. Officially, it was scientific research. But why send a military fleet that size to a frozen wasteland? Byrd later said in an interview, there was an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. On the other side of the South Pole, he spoke of land beyond what we're told is the edge. This isn't just about the shape of the Earth, this is about the shape of your prison. A flat, enclosed realm with a dome above it fits perfectly with everything we've been talking about. The farm, the frequency grid, the resets, the black night watching from above. They don't need a ball flying through space. They need a contained system they can control. The lie of the globe makes you feel small and powerless. The truth makes you realise you're in a designed realm. And once you see that, you start asking who designed it and why. They didn't hide the ice wall to protect a round Earth. They hid it to protect the farm. Look at the evidence with your own eyes. Question everything they taught you. The truth has been right in front of us the whole time. The Earth is not a spinning ball, and they're terrified of you finding out. Then there's Operation Fishbowl in 1962. They fired nuclear missiles straight up into the sky, high-altitude nuclear detonations. Why would you nuke your own sky unless you were trying to test or break through something? The horizon always looks flat. Water always finds its level. It doesn't curve. Rivers like the Nile flow for thousands of miles without dropping the elevation a globe would require. Flights don't make any sense on a spinning ball. The sun and moon appear the same size and move in perfect circles above us. This isn't theory. This is them hiding God's creation and replacing it with their godless, meaningless universe where we're just cosmic accidents on a rock. They need you to believe you're insignificant, because if you ever realised we're on a flat, enclosed plane with a firmament above us, their whole control system collapses. Then came the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Multiple countries suddenly agreed that no one can freely explore Antarctica. Military activity banned, independent exploration heavily restricted. Why? What are they hiding behind that ice wall? The horizon always looks flat. Water always finds its level. There's no measurable curvature. Flights in the southern hemisphere make no sense on a globe, but work perfectly on a flat Earth map. Sun and moon appear the same size and circle above us. The stars rotate in perfect patterns that a spinning ball can't explain. They have to fake it all, the space footage, the satellite images, the ISS. Notice how every space video has bubbles, hair floating unnaturally, and obvious wires? Notice how NASA's own photos of Earth look completely different every time. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. The Earth isn't just flat, it's a contained system, a giant snow globe, a prison with a lid on it. They call it the firmament. The Bible describes it as a solid dome that separates the waters above from the waters below. Ancient cultures across the world, Babylonians, Egyptians, Hindus, Native Americans, all describe the same thing, a hard dome above our heads. And what did NASA do in 1962 with Operation Fishbowl? They launched nuclear warheads into the sky, not at other countries, straight up. Why would you fire nukes at the sky unless you were trying to crack or test the dome? They tell you the sky is just empty space. Then why do we see stars through a glass-like effect during certain star trails? Why does the sky have a visible blue hue when high-altitude balloons go up? Why do rockets never show a clean exit into space? They always slow down, curve, and fall back. Because they can't leave. This entire realm is enclosed. Look at the pilots. Commercial pilots fly on a flat plane using simple trigonometry. If they were actually flying on a spinning globe at 1,000 miles per hour, their instruments would need constant correction. They don't. They fly straight and level. And the flights, why can't you fly directly from Chile to Australia over Antarctica? Because they won't let you. The Antarctic Treaty makes sure of it. No independent exploration allowed. That's not a continent at the bottom of a ball. That's the ice wall surrounding the entire plane. They've lied about everything. They lied about the moon, they lied about the sun, they lied about gravity, they lied about the shape of our world. Why? Because if people knew we lived on a flat, enclosed realm with a firmament above us, they would understand we are special, that this place was created with intention, that there is a creator. And once people realize that, they can't be controlled. This is the greatest deception in human history. Why such extreme restrictions on what should just be a frozen continent at the bottom of a ball? In 1962, the United States launches Operation Fishbowl, a series of high-altitude nuclear detonations conducted from Johnston Island. They fired nuclear warheads straight up into the sky, not at enemy nations. Why would you nuke your own upper atmosphere unless you were testing a boundary? The results were strange. Satellites failed, electrical systems were disrupted in ways they didn't fully predict, and then they quietly stopped doing high-altitude nuclear tests. Coincidence? Look at commercial flight paths in the southern hemisphere. On a flat Earth map, routes that should be relatively direct become extremely long and impractical. Yet many southern routes are strangely limited or require odd routing. Why is there still no direct commercial flight from Johannesburg to Sydney over the Southern Ocean? Why do so many flights from South America to Australia still route through the Northern Hemisphere? The horizon always rises to eye level. Water always finds its level. The sun and moon appear the same size and circle above us. Every single day, your eyes and your senses report a flat stationary plane with a dome overhead. They told you that trusting your own eyes makes you crazy. They told you the Earth is a spinning ball hurtling through infinite space at ridiculous speeds. They told you we're insignificant cosmic dust on a pale blue dot. But what if the truth is the opposite? What if this realm was deliberately created, enclosed, and protected? What if the reason they fight so hard to keep this secret is because the moment humanity realizes we're not on a random spinning rock, their entire system of control collapses? Research the Bedford Level experiment. Research the Antarctic Treaty. Research Operation Fishbowl. Research the firmament descriptions in ancient texts. They're not just hiding the shape of the Earth, they're hiding where we actually are. The biggest giveaway isn't the horizon or the Antarctic Treaty. It's the way they treat the entire subject itself. Go look at how flat Earth content is treated online. Not just criticise, actively suppressed, ridiculed and shadow banned more aggressively than almost any other conspiracy. Why? If it's so obviously stupid, why do they need to work so hard to stop people from even hearing the arguments? They don't fight flat Earth because it's ridiculous. They fight it because it's dangerous. Because if the Earth is flat and enclosed, then everything changes. We're not on a random spinning rock in an infinite universe. We're in a contained, deliberate realm. There is a boundary, there is a top and a bottom. This place was designed, and if this place was designed, then there is a designer. That single realization breaks their entire materialist, godless control system. This is why every space agency on Earth uses the exact same logo style: circles, globes, and occult symbolism. This is why every astronaut is a Freemason or has deep ties to secret societies. This is why they had to fake the moon landings in the 60s, because they literally could not get through the firmament. The lie isn't just about the shape, the lie is about the nature of our reality. They need you to believe you're an insignificant accident on a spinning ball, so you never ask the real questions. What's beyond the ice wall? What's on the other side of the dome? Who put us here and why? They don't want you looking up. They don't want you looking south. And they sure as hell don't want you looking inward. Because once enough people realise we've been lied to about where we live, the next question becomes inevitable. What else have they been lying to us about? They lied about everything. Admiral Richard Byrd, one of the most decorated explorers in American history, led multiple expeditions to Antarctica. In a taped interview that somehow survived, he stated that there was land beyond the South Pole as big as the United States that's never been explored. He said it was the land of everlasting mystery. Shortly after, all further exploration of that region was banned under the Antarctic Treaty. Why ban exploration of land that supposedly doesn't exist? Because the ice wall isn't just a wall, it's a border, and behind it is more land than they've ever shown us. The Earth is not a globe. We are not cosmic accidents. We are living inside a realm that was created with purpose, and they've been trying to hide that truth from us for centuries. Now the question is no longer whether the Earth is flat. The question is, how deep does the deception actually go? And that is what they're truly terrified of you finding out. Many old buildings have windows and doorways underground. They tell you it's settling, but the same pattern appears globally at the exact same time. Then they tell you humans used to be smaller, but we keep digging up giant skeletons and ancient trees that dwarf anything alive today. They quietly remove them from museums or call them hoaxes. Why? Because if the Earth is flat and enclosed, then the idea of millions of years of evolution collapses. And if we once lived in a world with giant trees, different atmosphere, and much larger humans, then this realm has clearly been reset before. This is why they fight so hard. This isn't about shape. This is about breaking your connection to the Creator. If you believe you're on a spinning ball in an infinite universe, you feel small, insignificant, and meaningless, you accept whatever they tell you, you never question the system. But if you realise we're living on a flat stationary plane under a firmament inside a realm that was deliberately designed, then you start asking dangerous questions. Who put us here? Why are we here? What's on the other side of the ice wall? What happened during the last reset? This is the real reason they mock and censor this topic more than almost anything else. Because the moment enough people wake up to the truth of where we actually live, their entire empire of lies comes crashing down.
They told us that we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour, but I don't feel no motion. Something don't feel right somehow. Horizon always flat, no curve, no bend in sight. Water finds its level, that's just basic. That's just right. They laugh and call us crazy, but the questions still remain. Why they guarding all that ice down in the southern plain? This ain't a ball, this ain't a globe, this ain't no spinning rock. We're on a plane under a dome, and the truth they try to block. Ice wall all around us, that's the edge they never show. If you really look, you'll see it. This earth is not a ball, no. This earth is not a ball, no, no, no. Admiral Byrd saw land beyond, bigger than America. They locked it down with treaties, now nobody can go there. NASA faking every picture, bubbles in the space. Same earth, different colors, different clouds in every frame. Four corners of the earth, that's what the ancients always said. Firmament above us, that's exactly what they read. This ain't a ball, this ain't a globe, we ain't in outer space. We're in a realm inside